All right. What's happening, y'all? What's going on? Yeah, we back on the walk. And as you can see, it's a different kind of morning outside. You know, the sun is shining. You know, we're gonna try to turn up the frequency on the vibration, you know, just in terms of, how we're feeling. On the walk, sometimes, you know, it's gonna get cold. So I'm just letting y'all know I'm dedicated to this, and I think it's definitely something good for all of us to do together. So with that being said, now, we left off on 1980 with a group called the Gap Band and their classic song about black love and a particular black man yearning for his woman's love. When you're younger and you have cassette tapes and you're kind of listening to, those old school tapes, your dad might have had a CB player in the car or something like that. You know, I remember that particular time period with my father and the Gap Band's album, and that was on a tape. And so here we are in 1980, right on the tail end of Jimmy Carter's administration as president, and we're seeing a lot of upward movement, a lot of black people who have established home ownership or even ability to get jobs and employment that maybe was not afforded to them before, meaning, you know, just point blank, you know, black people weren't able to attract a certain kind of lifestyle. That was a time where we came out of a lot of struggle for, you know, equal rights. Some called it civil rights, but, you know, we're always pressing for equal rights and justice. Peace to my man, Peter Tosh out there. I don't know. I would probably think, you know, a lot of people felt like they were like George Jefferson and the Jeffersons moving away from certain situations, certain struggles in family to get to a different place. You know, it's funny when you look back on things when you're young, you don't even understand certain songs and the meanings and the messaging behind them. You know, the song "Yearning for Your Love." At that time, you know, the black family was still together. You think about it, there really wasn't a lot of interracial relationships as a normal thing back then. There was still a collective struggle with black people in terms of our particular issues that makes us a unique group of people in this country.
What's happening?
A natural explosion from Afro Sheen.
Probably the deepest part of the song is when Charlie Wilson was crying out, and he was saying that you can't keep running in and out of my life. I'm gonna say that again. He was crying out, and he was telling the woman he was talking to that you can't keep running in and out of my life. Now, I know a whole bunch of men can relate to that issue. When you love a woman and you're really emotionally involved and attached to that woman in your life, and there's a special connection of love where you begin to yearn for her love. And so that's what this song to me represents. It represents a yearning for black love, a yearning for this particular man talking to his woman, saying how much his love is meant and felt with the connection that he has to her. You know, yearning for somebody's love that's a real thing. That's a real thing in 1980, and it's a real thing in 2020. And I think even more so in 2020, because when we think about yearning for somebody's love in this time of isolation and separation, and even like I said in our last episode of social distance, we could be yearning for all kind of love. We could be yearning for the love that we don't even give to ourselves, let alone a significant woman in our lives. When I think about this beat, and when I think about the words that are attached to the beat, my heart is yearning for your love. What does that look like in a black family when you feel like something is going wrong? When you think like something's on the horizon of some difficult times? When you think like you're gonna lose your love? That's what you say when those things are in place. You feel like you're gonna lose your love. My heart is yearning for your love. You can't keep running in and out of my life. That's deep. A lot of times how artists are able to feel something before it happens. You know, there's been a lot of songs that we can all relate to, or maybe even all call out, where artists might have a song and they might feel something in their spirit and they might talk about it in their song. If you was to return back to this period of time, how many of your parents stayed together? How did that impact you? Because there was a time where the black family was together. I'm not saying it was perfect, but there definitely was a time when we were more together, when our parents were married and they went through certain struggles together. And there wasn't all this disconnection that we feel now in 2020. I definitely know that. So when we think about the Gap Band, let's just remember that there used to be a lot of love that we carried for another. And that love starts from a man to a woman. And because of that love, you have life. If you're alone right now, what are you yearning for? And how did you get to that place? And are you running from anything? And how does that feel at this time where everybody's distanced away from each other? What do you and I need to do to heal that missing love in our lives? I'm also going to tell you how that relates to Nas's song, Life's a Bitch and Then You Die. That's why we get high, because you never know when we're going to go. But for those in the viewing audience, just think about the Gap Band and that song, Yearning for Your Love. This is The Walk, y'all. Peace.